Hello, it's me, Daryl, Florida Catholic guy. Looks like we got a storm around, so I have to keep my eye out. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but you can see the rain shaft over there. So, haven't seen any lightning or heard any thunder, so at the moment it looks like it's just rain, but I really don't want to be out here walking him if we get a downpour. So shadow. We'll see. If I start feeling drops, it'll be a short walk, but so another warm, humid day. Another night last night that low was 80, and of course the high was right around 90. I think they said in Tampa it was 91 for a high. This is the first sign of rain. Just trying to get a... Looks like it might be coming this way. We'll see. Like I said, this might be a quick walk, but either that or I'm going to get drenched. Anyway, I was going to go on a boat today, but that didn't happen, unfortunately. And this was going to be the day with the least chance of rain for at least another week. The rest of the week is like between a 40 and 50% chance of afternoon thunderstorms. So summers down here really aren't conducive to boat riding. You know, you got to take it day by day, because I don't want to be caught out in an inflatable in a thunderstorm, obviously. And so I just got to watch the weather and see what happens day by day. During the winter time is our dry season, so that kind of gets easier to find good days to go out on the water then. And we'll see. So oh yeah, I don't think I mentioned, but I was able to go to church on Sunday. The first Sunday Mass in a long time. I went to Ascension Thursday Mass at night. But this was the first Sunday I went back since the whole pandemic thing started. And felt good, really did. And it really does something to you not going to Mass. It does to me anyway, and not in a good way. So, I'm sure you've been following the events in the news. It's it's always been quiet in this neighborhood because we have a good neighborhood here. And don't have many problems here, which is good. But Tampa's been a different story. they had some trouble down there. And funny thing is, well, not funny, there's nothing funny about it, but when I went to Mass this past Sunday, I drove by a house that had a couple of cop cars. One cop car was just leaving, and they had another cruiser that was still there, a tow truck that was just leaving with a car on it, and they had the tow truck and with a car on it, and then the van, the forensics van, was there, and usually that means something bad happened. And found out Rasheed Caldwell used to play for the Patriots, a couple other NFL teams, but he was killed. I think they said that it was a robbery gone wrong, and well, he was killed. So that area, it's the same area where I had trouble a couple weeks prior. Don't know if I bear with me here. I'm just getting taking care of my dog's stuff here, but yeah, I had trouble in that area. I don't know if I told the story. Give me a minute and I will. Well, the rain situation doesn't look as bad as it did. So anyway, what happened was, it was Ascension Thursday when I went to Mass. There was a car that had pulled out. Just trying to get the light good, but I guess it's all right. Anyway, there was a car ahead of me, and he let there was a car pulling out from a driveway, and he stopped and let the car out, which, you know, whatever, that's fine. And then both cars go up to the traffic light, which was green, and there's a straight lane, and then there's a left-hand turn lane, and they pull up beside each other, and the only problem is the light is green, and you know, and I couldn't go nowhere. I bet the best I could do if I had to was back up, and so I tooted my horn a couple times. They just stayed there. Then, come here, Shadow. Shadow, let's go. Shadow, come on, Shadow. Shadow. Shadow, get over here. Come here, Shadow. Let's go. Come on, Shadow. Let's go. Let's go. Shadow.
Okay, wait.
All right, it's time to go. Let's go. So anyway, there was, so they just stay there and the light's green all the way through. And I don't want to be aggressive or anything, but I did blow the horn just like, what, come on, Shadow, this way. And this guy got out of the car and so I wasn't taking any chances. Shadow, this way. I pulled my gun out of the holster. Obviously I didn't point it or anything, I just had it in my lap. And the only reason I took it out of my holster is because I'm sure those of you that do carry know that when you're in a car, hardest thing to do is take your gun out when you're sitting in the car with a seatbelt on. So I didn't know what this guy's intentions were, so I had to be cautious. Finally, he did get back in his car and go on his way, so nothing happened, but I've been told by some of the regulars at the church that this is kind of a rough neighborhood, and well, now we had the murder down there to prove it. So some people, I posted this story online on Facebook, one of my groups. Somebody says, well, why don't you find a different church in a better neighborhood? And come on, Shadow, let's go. Well, most of you know I go to the Latin Mass, and that's the only place in the Tampa area that has it. Excuse me. There's one in Sarasota, which is probably only about maybe 5 minutes longer, but I like the church in Tampa. I like the priest, and well, at least prior to the COVID stuff, we did have men's Holy League meetings to second and fourth Thursdays. We haven't started that back up. The priest seems to think we won't be able to do that until they get rid of the 6-foot thing. And so I don't know how long that's going to take to get back to that. But anyway, I like the church. I've also thought of, well, actually somebody suggested that when I'm in the car, I get a holster for my center console and put the Glock in the center console as opposed to leaving it on my hip holster, and just when I get out of the car, just transfer it back into my holster on the on my belt. I've thought of doing that. In fact, I have done that a couple times. it's probably a good idea because that way it would be more accessible and I wouldn't have to fool around with it around my belt. So that's that's a possibility. It's a good thing. It looks like that rain either is missing us, as it looks like it's still over there, but it isn't coming this way. But anyway, back to the story. Yeah, so it's definitely a challenge to overcome. And I got some good suggestions on how to deal with it. Most people said that it was, I didn't do anything wrong by pulling my gun. I didn't pull it out, I just had it at the ready. And so you always have to be prepared in a situation like that. Obviously, if something was to have happened, the best course of action would have been try to get out of there, either backing up or going around or something, instead of engaging. But, if he had pulled something out, which is probably the only way I would have actually shot, is if he had pulled a gun out. Backing up wouldn't be an option then. So, because once he pulls on you, you try to back up, he could shoot you when you're backing up. So, but I learned a couple things from that incident. I'm glad I didn't have to do anything, except for be prepared. It's Florida, I've known people that have had issues. Don't know anybody that actually had to shoot anybody, but I know people that have had to draw because of stuff that's happened, gas stations and stuff. That's the good thing is a lot of times you don't have to shoot. Just drawing is enough to send a person running. Unless somebody's intent on killing you or something, and then you got to do what you got to do. But most of these thugs that do stuff like this, either try to mug you or whatever, they're real cowards, and will flee if you pull out a gun, which is a good thing, because I really don't want to shoot anybody. The old saying goes, too much paperwork, and unfortunately, even if it's a good shoot, even if it was a legitimate self-defense, sometimes you do end up having to get arrested and go into jail. And I myself, I think it's USCCA. It's an insurance thing. And if you ever have to defend yourself, then you just call the number and they'll get you a lawyer in your area. And help you out there. course, obvious it has to be a good shooting situation. You can't just, blow somebody's brain out because you hate them or something. I don't know what's wrong with my dog. He's walking really slow. Almost like he walks when he has to take a dump. And that looks like what he's doing. Oh. That's not good. Looks like he has some diarrhea. Yeah, this isn't good. Well, I'm going to sign off now. I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.